Shettima double nomination will suffer at the Supreme Court, since a tribunal says the double nomination of the vice president wasn't intentional, and people like Robert Clark will be telling us that oh, some people did not do their own work very well. The judgment was so on point. Really, it wasn't intentional. Meanwhile, following the position of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal on the double nomination of the Vice President of Nigeria, Kashim Shettima, a chieftain of the Labour Party, Akin Osuntukun, has reacted to the developments. You will recall that the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal had ruled that the double nomination of Shettima during the 2023 general elections was not intentional. That was what they used. And this other woman, where they do like a alata, he spoke like all this alata, all those market women where they say pepe. The one of the female justice among the justices or judges of the tribunal say, do you expect us to go and bring evidence for you? So on. I don't know how to say it. Something that you know, be that kind of statement. The languages that they were using was not the words that you're supposed to be hearing for somebody. Those who call themselves learned people. Even the Samani, the lead judge, the way he was even reading the this, he said, this one, what's it be all this? Is this how these people read the judges? That means, oh my God, those who call themselves learned people, they are not really learned. If this is what you can get from them, yes. They were telling us that the judges were saying that it was not intentional. Really? Reacting to the development, Akin Osuntukun stated that even if it was true that the nomination of the Shettima as running mate in the 2023 general elections was not intentional, what the court should have done was to reduce the likely penalty for double nomination instead of just setting aside the entire petition of double nomination. Akin Osuntukun argued that it is not possible for a court to just dismiss 10 grounds filed by petitioners just like that. He stressed that the court actually admitted that there was a double nomination, but it was not intentional. According to Akin, in such instance, the court could have reduced the penalty instead of just dismissing the entire petition. Akin reacted to the petition of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal on Shettima double nomination during an interview as captured in the video. Nigeria, the more you look, the less you see. What I have concluded is that everybody just go and fend for yourself. Go and fend for yourself. That judgment was scripted by an APC, probably Fashola. So now judgment is no longer based on facts and proof of evidence before court, but based on sympathy and emotion, because it concerns their partners in the conspiracy to subvert the will of the people. There's no problem, but all I know is that Nigeria must be liberated one day. This is a statement of somebody who is fed up. You can see Nigerian judges, please tell them that ignorance is not an excuse in law, of course, which they know. If you say another thing, the same man and sycophant Julius Abure slept throughout in the tribunal. They did not even know when judgments were read and completed. Who told you? They didn't know, and they are now going to court. Can you just hear yourself? They slept all through. Shettima did not sleep. Ganduje did not sleep. Keyamo did not sleep. Abi, they are saying a thing instead of them to bring a strong counter argument against this. They will not be saying something different. Well, your line of thought is despicable. So a thief should now be discharged on the ground that his act wasn't intentional. No wonder terrorists who have murdered innocent Nigeria are pardoned as repentant terrorists, while their victims are languishing in various IDP camps nationwide. The question here is, did the law forbidding double nomination say that it will not be punished, or it will not be punishable if it is not intentional? And how do we determine if it is intentional or not, especially when the culprit didn't even plead in the court that it was not intentional? If the double nomination of Kashim Shettima, the running mate of Tinubu, the APC presidential candidate, was not intentional according to the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal, PEPT, the fact still remains that it was an electoral offense, and it remains so, that the offense should not be used against him because he was contesting for the preferred party. The APC does not hold water at all. Shettima certainly did not even meet the requirement to run for the election, since the tribunal agreed that what happened in his case was not intentional. Ignorance, they say, is not an excuse in law. Bam. That is it. And some people are clapping. They say, oh, they did not bring enough evidence. Oh, they need to sack the Tinubu's be obedient or Labour Party's lawyers. They sacked that. Ignorance, mediocrity is the bane of this country. That's why you see people coming out saying all manner of nonsense. So guys, let's say your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.